Welcome everyone to this episode of the Palmetto Guardian. I'm Sergeant Chelsea Weaver.
And I'm Specialist Anna Grace Catoe.
And today we have some new guests. We're kind of building off of the other guests that we had about strongman. So we have two more McCrady firefighters here with us, and they both are a part of the bodybuilding community. So I'll let you both introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of just go into the topic.
Okay. My name is Firefighter Morgan.
I'm Firefighter Justin White.
Awesome. So before we started, I was kind of asking you guys if you had any military ties. So I know that you were saying your husband's in the military. Could you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yes, he works out for Jackson. We have been there for like almost 4 years. He just moved to a new position, so I'm really not sure. But he used to be with the 81st RD a few months ago.
Okay. And what about you, Justin?
I served active duty for 7 years. I was 88 Mike.
Okay. Awesome. Well, so what kind of led you guys to becoming firefighters, and how did you end up at McCrady Training Center of all places?
Well, I kind of always wanted to be, I guess my late, maybe teens, I kind of got interested in firefighting, but I became a mom, so I just dedicated my time to my son. After that, he got a little older, so I have a little more time. So I started with Columbia Fire, volunteering, and then I found out about McCrady hiring, so I applied and got hired. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I kind of, it was always something I wanted to do. So upon like me leaving active duty, I still wanted to like serve in some sort of capacity. So it was like a perfect fit for me.
Were you a firefighter somewhere else before McCrady?
I wasn't, but a lot of my football coaches back home were, and they had like a great influence on me. So I kind of always wanted to do it.
Awesome. So what is it like being out at McCrady? I mean, it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, even though you're really not. But what is it like? Because it's not a typical fire station. So what is the dynamic with that?
Yeah, we're not that busy, but in a way, like, it's not too bad because we get to train. And I go to school online, so I'll give me some time once we're done with everything we're supposed to do. And while we're waiting for any call to come in, then I do my schoolwork. And also for the bodybuilding part, it works too because we get time to do our workouts. So, I mean, I like it. And I'm a volunteer with Columbia, so I get a little more action when I go there. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a perfect match because like we got a great support system there, and like we have like pretty much a 24-hour gym. So when we're not on calls or not training, we have ample time to train and ample time to like train and just utilize our time we have there.
So what kind of led both of you into bodybuilding? I mean, it's a very, I don't want to say like strict, but like you have to be on a schedule. Like you have to follow your workouts and your nutrition and all that kind of stuff. Like you have to be very disciplined. What made you both want to get into bodybuilding?
So for me, like I've always trained for like obviously PT in the military. That's everyday thing, and I always enjoyed training along with playing sports. And I just wanted a new challenge. And I had a buddy of mine that actually recommended me to give it a shot. And through my first show, I won. I did another one, and I actually went pro. So, it kind of was just, I kind of felt like it was kind of destiny, for me to kind of end up doing it,
For me, it was, I started like in my late teens just to lose weight, that's the main goal, lose weight. I didn't have much experience with it, so I just went in some weights and cardio and things like that. Then I got pregnant, so I still went to the gym while I was pregnant. And then my son was born, and of course, little walking and things like that to stay in some kind of shape. And then I always kind of like want to try different things just to see what I'm able to do, like challenge myself. Mm-hmm. So I back in 2015, I did my first marathon. So I trained for a marathon, which is completely different training to training for a bodybuilding competition. It's totally different. So I did that. I had done like Spartan races, things like that, just to challenge myself, see what. Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, we had some kind of doubts. I wonder if I can do that and stuff like that. So just like, I'm gonna go and do the training. And I know that once I do that training, I'll be ready for it. So, and then I started working on McCrady, and I always wanted to do a competition, but like, I wanted a coach that I could go see in person, because I know that's online coaching, but I didn't want to do that. I want somebody I could go and see in person. So we started working, and then he like, I'm getting ready for a competition. I'm like, wow, I want to do that one too. And he like, well, you should call my coach. So that's what I did. And that's how I started. So we did our first one 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like you say, it takes a lot of time. Like, especially when you have a family, you had to be going like 3 hours a day for training. And then you had to plan your day according to your meals, because you had to eat I had to eat every 3 hours. He has to eat every 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. So we had to, if we go to training, I'm McCrady or somewhere, we had to take our meals with us and eat, so make sure you don't miss a cardio session or your weightlifting that day. And as we go along, our training is harder, I would say. Like once we start cutting, like or prep for a competition is 4 months. So once we halfway through it, our coach increased our cardio, which we do like 250-minute.
Yeah, about 45 to 50.
Sessions of cardio twice a day for
Oh my
7
gosh.
times a week. In addition to like you 2 hours of weightlifting. So once you start cutting, she also cuts your carbs, which you're kind of moody and low energy. So, but you make it through. You know that's part of the process. So, and once we get to that point, we know we're closer to our day, or we get on stage. So. And it's over. Everything's worth it, I think.
Yeah, I think also, like, especially for me, and I know you feel this way too. Like, it's extremely rewarding at the end to know that you saw something through. Because so it's kind of like a personal challenge, so to speak.
Yeah. And it's not only like physically hard; it's mentally. I think maybe mentally it's a little.
Yeah, I think it's
harder.
probably 90% mental.
Yes, like make yourself get up before work, like at 4:30 to do your first cardio session, and then once. Later on in the day, you do another cardio session with your 2 hours of weightlifting. So you had to kind of make it work, in addition to your work in school or in being a parent and, things like that. So. And
then there's bacon and eggs cooking in the firehouse. It's lovely.
Yes, everybody enjoying the little treats. And we're like, you're still in there.
That Tupperware just.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there. I've at drill, I've had to bring my own lunch and stuff because I was doing some kind of program or whatever. And it's hard whenever you're surrounded by sweets and like pasta and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, I just want some, but you can't have it.
And after a while, you're going to get kind of used to it. Because I'm a mom, so I had to cook regular food for my husband and my son. So, and sometimes I baked some things and oh my gosh, I just smell I like to bake homemade banana bread. So I'm I just smell and okay, you guys eat. And I just look at it, but you can't have any. So you kind of, it's like a switch. Once you go on prep, it's so.
That sounded so sad the way you said that.
So what within bodybuilding, I know there's different categories. What specifically do each of you guys compete in?
I compete in wellness division.
And what's the difference between that and the other divisions for females?
Well, for mine, because you have your bikini girls, wellness, woman's physique, figure, and woman bodybuilder. So mine is more focused on the lower part of your body, like they want big quads and definition on your butt and things like that. They don't look much at your top part. I mean, they kind of want some kind of definition, but they don't worry too much about muscle definition on top. So that's my division. It's mainly on the lower.
Okay. What about you, Justin? I know there's some different levels for the guys as well.
Yeah. So my division is men's physique.
Okay.
So it's a little different from the other divisions. So we wear board shorts instead of trunks, is what they call them. and it's more of an emphasis on just being symmetrically like balanced and just looking aesthetically pleasing. You know, it's going for like more of a beach look.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
And more on top.
Yep.
He's the opposite. He's more on top and not too much on the lower body for his division.
But we do train legs, just FYI.
Sometimes we really don't train that much.
We train
legs.
legs.
He skip legs a lot.
We train legs.
Is it helpful that you guys work together and you also are doing these competitions together, and are you able to work out together then when you're at work? Like, how does that help you both get through all of those workouts and like the meals and everything like that?
Absolutely. It's like having an accountability partner. Because, I mean, granted, you know, if we didn't work together, we still would, you know, because it's an individual journey. But it's always good to have somebody that kind of understands. You know, I'm eating my Tupperware in the corner. She eating her Tupperware. We, like, get a chance to eat peanut butter. We, you know, savoring it, you know. So it's nice to have somebody there that kind of understands, you know, the process. And as far as workouts as well, you know, if I kind of see her over there slacking, you know, I can, you know, hey, don't you got a show coming up? And
Hey, if I see him skipping leg, I'm like, hey, you still have to work legs. So, so yeah, so it's good to have somebody that understands what you're going through. Because not that many people like, and I know it's hard. So finding somebody with that same mentality helps. Like we understand each other like a lot. So that's a good thing. For some reason, when we started working, there were 4 people, and we end up getting the same shift. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is.
Yes.
What is your both of y'all's family dynamic like? Like, are they supportive? What do they do to help you kind of get through those times when you are preparing for a competition?
Yes, my husband is very supportive. And I have a 16-year-old son, so I know it takes a lot of your time. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of guilty. Or we go out like in the weekends to eat somewhere, and I don't want to like stay home, and because I want to still spend time with my family. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to go to a restaurant and everybody eating all this good stuff, and you sitting there. Because
torture.
I get like a Diet Coke, and I just sit there and watch everybody eat. Because that's all I can have. Like, I can have nothing from restaurants. Like, everything I eat, I had to wait. Like, my protein, carbs, and my greens. And, like I said, I had to eat every 3 hours. So, if I go to the restaurant an hour ago, I can't eat yet. So, but I still go out, and they understand. So, my husband, if I had to, I don't know, one day, let's say, I work out on the weekends, and my day at home, he just goes take my son somewhere to hang out and do something while I finish my stuff. So he's very supportive. Same my son. My son the same too. He understands. So yeah. So I'm lucky.
Yeah, I would say my wife is like super supportive as well. Like I have 2 little ones, 7 and 5. So it's kind of like when it's called like in season. When I'm in season, she knows like, okay, Daddy might take a little step back. I'm still there. I'm still present. You know. But, you know, Daddy got to cook his meals. Daddy got to hit the gym. He got to do this, do that. And she's, like, super supportive as far as kind of just stepping up and just making it a little easier for me. Or sometimes she might cook some of my meals, and I'll weigh it out and portion it out and stuff. But it's definitely an advantage having a supportive spouse that believes in what you're doing, you know.
Yes, cause it can get hard. And I think the cooking part takes a long time. I think that takes the longest, cooking
And the
your
shopping.
meals. And you always like, I'm at the store every 2 days, and I cook like every 2 days, also like 3 hours for like just a couple days worth of meals. So it takes a lot of time, the cooking and the workout. So it's good to have that support. So
Can you tell us about your like daily routine, both of y'all? Like whenever you wake up, like whenever you're in season, what does your morning look like going into the afternoon and when you get home from work?
Well, like I said, the prep is like 4 months. So the first 2 months, it's a change, but it's not like a big change in or routine and eating. So at this point, we have like 1 cardio session 6 times a week right now, and the 2 hours of weightlifting. So I don't know, in the morning when I work, I just get up, cook my first meal, which is like a couple egg whites and like CQ bread toast right now. And then I prep my meals for not prep, but they're already ready, so we're just getting ready to go to work. The days I'm off, I do the same thing. I just go work out probably earlier, do errands, appointment, things like that. But once we get to halfway through it, and then our cardio increases, which is like 2 cardio sessions a day. If I work, I do my first one, like I get up at 4:30 and do my first cardio session because I don't want to be doing too much. Even though we get time, I work in the afternoon, I still don't want to do like almost 2 hours of cardio, once and 2 hours of weightlifting. So I do my first one in the morning before I go to work, and then we do our weightlifting and the other cardio session in the afternoon. So, and that's 7 times a week. So.
Oh my gosh.
No days off.
No days off. So that's when it gets really, really hard. But like I said, you're closer to it, to the day. So.
Yeah, my day looks probably identical, pretty much. Just the meals are a little different because like my macros and my nutrients is a little different from hers because you know.
Because you skip leg day.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Since you started. But yeah, it's literally like Groundhog Day. You wake up, you do the same thing. It's
Yeah, exactly. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy it, to a degree because it's like you get into a rhythm. It's like you get up, you eat your meal, you go do your cardio, you on your day. So it's like you in a rhythm. I kind of enjoy it, because sometimes in the off season when I'm not in my I guess schedule or not in my rhythm, it's kind of like I feel like I should be doing something right now, like But yes, literally that's it.
In addition to that, like every 2 days, of course, for me, like the cooking, like for 3 hours for like a couple days worth of food. And I also cook like for my husband, make his for lunch too, so he can take some what I cook for me. He does try to be healthier too. I mean, he doesn't compete, but he does try to eat healthier. And so yeah, that's also the cooking part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that can definitely be challenging because I do meal prep, but I only do it just so that I don't have to cook during the week. And like going to the grocery store, making sure you get everything on the list, and then you get home and you're like, there's stuff everywhere, and you're trying to like be as time effective as possible, but then like you start doing this over here and then you're doing that, and then like it's just complete chaos. So I can understand that. But I want to go back to what you were saying. What does your off season look like? Like, do you guys still train somewhat to a degree, and do you kind of stick to your diet, or do you indulge a little bit more during your off season?
So for me, being as I got little ones, I keep it, I say maybe 70% on as far as like being a little strict. But I, if I want something, or if my kids want funnel cake or something, I have no choice. I have to eat it. So, but like, I like to have, that little room for, fun and downtime, because you got to be able to tell, when I'm off or when I'm on, So especially with, balancing family life, you don't want to get too extreme or too, wrapped up in what you're doing where you can't enjoy your family, can't enjoy, just everyday things. So, and as far as training, I enjoyed it a little more because you have more carbs, you have more energy.
More energy, yes.
I can eat like 5 guys and then go train. That's an amazing feeling, So that's how it looked for me.
Yeah, same. I still work out like 5 times a week because I was doing it before I started bodybuilding. So for me, I don't do the 7 days. I should do like 5 days. Meals, we get to eat more because we like supposed to be bulking. So we get a little more food, more carbs definitely. So with that, more energy. So it's a little, I guess, more.
More banana bread.
Yes, more banana bread too, because I love sweets, so I get to enjoy sweets every now and then. So it's not always strict. So we still humans. I love sweets. His Five Guys burgers. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we get a little more room to do things like that. So, and you're supposed to be bulking, so we got that excuse. So.
So are you guys currently training right now for a competition coming up?
Yes.
Okay, so where are you at with that?
How long are we?
So we are
about
9 weeks and 2 days out from the Charlotte Pro and the Charlotte Classic.
Oh, nice. So you guys are going to be there at the same time, and oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he goes the day before though, because he's now a pro, so he goes when the pros go. And the rest, they divided, like a group goes Saturday and then the next one Sunday. So I got Sunday, sadly, so I go Sunday. So yeah, we started like January 4. We started our prep, so and like I say, it's 4 months. So
Oh, so y'all are right in the thick of it right now.
in the
then.
middle.
Almost, no, like our coach, she called my cars. I have just a little bit left. She called me yesterday, so I have a little bit left, and I think maybe in a couple more weeks or so, she probably gonna cut cut all cars completely. So.
Mm.
And then again, it kind of depends, like if your carbs get cut or how your macros are manipulated, depending on how you treat your off season. Being as though we go kind of,
Kind of hard.
we have a little
off-season.
fun in off season. That's why it's kind of grounds for kind of having a stricter diet when it comes to this to around this time. But I feel like it's worth it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a meal or a snack or something that you crave after the competition? I know I see a lot of people, like, as soon as they get off the stage, they're like shoving like sweets or hamburgers down their in their face. So, like, is there a specific meal that you guys look forward to after the show?
Yes, banana bread and cheeseburgers. So that's what I crave.
Yeah. So, what don't I crave is the question.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I just did
Because
it.
and then it don't help that I'm on like Instagram or Facebook constantly just scrolling, looking at chefs and different recipes. So, man, I say burgers, seafood,
Everything.
barbecue. I mean everything.
Mm.
Yeah. Stuff I don't even eat. I be just
It makes you want it more.
yeah.
Is there any advice that you would give to anybody listening? Because, I mean, with the military, we do have to be physically in shape as far as mentally and all that kind of stuff. But bodybuilding is definitely a huge mental challenge, like you both were saying. And for those who are listening or watching, is there any advice you would give them if they were interested in furthering their fitness journey just past like us just having to do the PT test, but if they wanted to go to that next level, maybe compete in some kind of competition, what advice would you give them or encouragement to help them kind of make that decision?
I think like every person is different when it comes to the level of fitness. So whatever you are, just get started. Like if you never work out, let's say like you never work out. I tell people you start doing it maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. Just kind of easy into it. You don't have to go the way hard from the beginning because that's not going to work. You're going to get like, oh man, this is too hard and just drop it. So just get used to it, like going to the gym maybe three times a week. And then when it comes to the meal too, watch what you eat because that's mainly like, that's the biggest thing when it comes to like if you want to get in shape or I don't know, just to get in shape or a competition, like it's your food, that's your main thing. So like I said, just start something easy into it. If you like to dance, just go to Zumba class. If you like ride your bike, then ride the bike or go for a little walk around. Just start, just get started.
It really is insane how much food makes a difference, though.
That's
like,
the main
it's
thing.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the hardest thing, to be honest, because like I said, we used to work out before, so working out is not really a hard part for it. So when it comes to the food, that's really, really the hardest part of it.
So I would recommend, like, if you want to kind of take on that type of challenge, first thing I would say is go on Instagram and type in Just Gains IFBB Pro. I also coach. But I would say just kind of start with what you have, Like, don't think you have to have this crazy plan or this crazy whatever or crazy coach or whatever. Just start with what you have, Like, if you like going to the gym, just go, try to perfect your basic compound movements, and try to just monitor what you eat,
Yeah, and nowadays it's kind of easy because we have like YouTube. You can find all kinds of videos. Like I know some people, they kind of like, they think about going to the gym. Oh man, I don't know how to use the equipment, things like that. Because I used to be like that when I started. So I started a while ago, so I don't think I really watch YouTube videos like that. So now you have like YouTube and all kinds of things Instagram that you can go and check. Okay, how you use this machine and go watch videos and then learn.
And also, I would say definitely, like, don't be discouraged because, we all started somewhere.
Yes.
Like, don't be discouraged because literally everybody started somewhere. Like, even Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, whoever, you name it, they started somewhere.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's new to you, like, just understand if you go into the gym, you belong there as well, So don't be discouraged if you see some super big dude. And the thing about it is usually if you come across somebody that looks like they might be in pretty good shape or something like that and you talk to them, they'd probably be super cool and explain everything to you.
Yes.
Because they understand the process of it, and they'll kind of like, I take in I enjoy when like somebody asks like, how do you do this or whatever.
Oh, yes.
I take pride in it, like, oh, let me show you.
We can talk for hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Absolutely.
yeah. It takes time. Like, it's going to take a while to whatever your goal is. So, but as long as you stick with it, even though it gets hard, you just keep going. It's going to be worth it. It's always worth it when it comes to working out and eating right. We always will work it. So, yes, just get started and go from there.
Well, we really appreciate you coming in. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And we will catch you guys in the next episode.